Shalom and good day, all. This is Tehillim29 back again for another DC review, and in this DC review I am covering Batman issue 138 and also Batman Adventures Continue Season 3 issue 8. I'll now get things organised for the first one that I'll be covering in the review. So the first one that I'll be covering in the review is the most boring Gotham War ever crossover event issue. So starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give a 7 out of 10. I'll now move to showing the internal art around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what's happening with the characters. So as the story begins, we have Vandal Savage catching up with Ra's al Ghul. And also we have Batman, who has done something to Jason Todd. Or was it Zero-Nerve? And of course, with these events taking place, there are many pro and against some of these actions here. There's just one thing that could definitely be used in this particular story, and that is some comic references, as it would really help as to when some of these things take place. But of course, you've got a terrible lazy writer right here. As we start to jump towards the middle of the story, we do see Batman going up against members of the Bat family, or is it Zero-Nerve? That's sort of what we're meant to be inclined to believe. But I've got an idea myself, to which I really think they should fix up the ideal, or should we say the character of Zero-Nerve, which I'll bring after I've covered this review for this particular issue. And last but not least, towards the least, to which we see Vandal Savage and his daughter starting to work together as they want an immortal army. For the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the story. First things first, do we get any comic references to anything that is actually connected to this particular story, even arc that is taking place, or even event that is taking place? None at all. Start seeing the loss of points, because you're going to lose a lot of them. Next is the locations, which we have Gotham City. We also see a Lazarus Pit. The cast of characters consisting of Vandal Savage, Ra's al Ghul, Scandal Savage, Bruce Wayne Batman, Jason Todd Red Hood. We also get Oracle, to which they seriously need to make her wheelchair bound again. We have Nightwing, we have Damian Wayne Robin, we have Tim Drake Red Robin, and no, I'm not going to call him Robin for the sake of calling him Robin, because there's only one Robin right now, and that should be Damian Wayne. We have Selena Kyle Batwoman, and last but not least, Scandal Savage. The overall story rating in this I give is a 6 out of 10. Yep, it is a big drop from some of the previous issues. And now I want to give a slight rant about this Zero-Nerve crap. Now, I understand that the character idea of Zero-Nerve is quite old. Even within DC Comics, I think it dates back to, it's either the Gold or the Silver Age. And one of their first introductions with the character is that they were sort of like a person who lived on a particular planet, but were somehow inspired by Batman, because his planet was basically taken over by robots. So in that, he's sort of had to basically be their own vigilante of sorts that takes on basically the Terminator on their own planet. and has had to use very deadly methods to take on his opponent. Well, what if we took the original idea of this Zero who lives on this planet and, of course, bring across the idea that he's got some influence, say, by Psycho Pirate, and has actually learnt the art of mind control and to use a form of mind control. Of course, still keeping the idea of the robots that are a threat to them and their planet, or to him and his planet. But now he's also found and discovered a way of how he can mind control Bruce Wayne, Batman. That makes more bloody sense than what's being put in this terrible story right now. And this is why I give the story a 6 out of 10. I can think of better ideas than Chip Zdarsky and Tinny Howard or whoever's working on this freaking trash called Gotham War. So now it's time to move into something that was rated a little bit more higher, but we'll get to that once we get to the ratings. And that is The Batman Adventures Continue. So, as we start to jump into Batman The Adventures Continue, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give a 7.5 out of 10. Taking account that this is actually the last issue to the series, I'm very surprised of how well they executed the cover with the story. So, now it's time to move into the internal art, as well as having a look around the beginning, middle and end, and also what is happening with the characters inside the story. So as the story begins, we catch up with Batman and Robin, with Talia al Ghul, as they are basically taking on some possessed dogs of sorts that were sent to attack them. As Batman tries to knock them out, we do get to see Talia kill some of them. Yes, we do. And until they finally meet up with Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. I was nearly going to call her Batwoman. That was a mistake. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we have Batman and Robin starting to go up against the Talons, until, of course, we have a return of a faithful servant of Ra's al Ghul around the area of the Lazarus Pit. And last but not least, we finally come to the end of the series, to which the situation is foiled, and Batman leaves the scene for the police to clean up. For the internal art, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the story. So first things first, do we get anything time-wise? No, we don't. About the only locations that we get to see here, one I thought was Arkham Asylum, but it wasn't Arkham Asylum. We did see the Lazarus Pit. The cast of characters, we had Man-Bat, Batman, Robin, Talia, the Talons, Ra's al Ghul, and of course we got to see other members of Batman's Rogues Gallery, which I did not record down. And of course we got to see Penguin try to do something of sorts. For the overall story rating in this, I give a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.